ahead of the Czechs, Denmark and Germany.
So Republic of Moldova, Hungary, Slovenia, Poland, Netherlands and Austria. We're going to see a replay of the start. Boats getting off quite easily. The Hungarians, it's Greg's pick, the amazing high rating pair, Juhas and Simone in the yellow boat, the only pair, but these are the race leaders, Greg, from Poland.
Yeah, so we've moved along the course now. We're, as you can see, 850 metres or so to go, and this crew that we're seeing there from Poland were the leaders at 500. They were leaders through 1,000, and you can see just what a great lead they've got there. It's about a length of clear water across the rest of the field.
Well, Mike Spazakowski was in the Polish 4 in the Olympics that won the small final and were the world champions back in 2019. He's stroke of the Polish pair, 33-year-old, rowing with Adam Wozniak. These are the Slovenian pair of Kass and Krebs. Look across from Nick Krebs there just to see where he is in the course. You can see, if you look at the Slovenians, they're about 21 metres behind the poles. They are in second place. That's a look at them there.
Yeah, and they're in that third quarter you spoke about earlier, Martin. In the third quarter, the Slovenians have really made a bit of a move on the rest of the field here, pushing away to try and secure that second place.
I wonder if your wish is going to be true as we look at the Dutch pair there of Bjorn van der Ende, furthest away from you. The lightweight was in the Dutch 8 in the Tokyo Olympics, and Nelson Ritsima from the 4 in the Tokyo Olympics, both finished in the final.
Well, you talk about my wish, it's the crew in the yellow boat. It's the crew from Hungary who are a little bit off the pace, but we saw them go absolutely ballistic in their repechage, where they jacked their rate up to 8 strokes a minute. They went up to about 50 strokes a minute, came flying through virtually the entire field and took about 50 metres off everyone. But I don't think that's going to happen today. I can't see it happening today. Here we see them. They're at 40, but I can't think it's going to be enough today that they'll be able to get back.
Slovenians moving back slowly on the poles, just 16 metres behind. I think they were about 22 or 23 metres. Really good indication if you look at those little graphics on the bottom left of the screen. On the bottom right is the distance to go. Slovenia edging back on the poles. They're not going to get through them at the finish because 250 metres, that's still a decent lead. Poles perhaps could just have a little bit more length around the front, I think, in this last part of the race.
Yeah, as you say, the Polish look like they're just sitting off it a little bit, sitting up strong to make sure they get the strokes in rather than getting distance per stroke, so helping them get the rate up. Slovenia are sprinting and coming at them. Hungary are up to 45 strokes a minute now on the graphic. They may well get through to take the third place finish in this, but Slovenia, we see them sprinting here. They're also jacking it up to try to get through Poland. You said they wouldn't get through, Martin. I don't think they will, but it would take something pretty special from here.
It would take something pretty special. We're looking at the poles. Wozniak and Spazakowski have led this race from the start, battling to try and keep off the Slovenians. Hungary have got through for that bronze medal. Jackie Kass looking round to see the poles just run out of water. There are the Hungarians, your favourites, Greg. Did that high rating finish. You were treated to a bit of a grandstand finish there.
Yeah, 47 strokes a minute they finished at, the Hungarian pair, but it's about the Polish who've secured that 7th place ahead of Slovenia, who came second in that one, which is 8th place overall. And Hungary, we see them there. They did manage to get from a long way last through to 3rd. If you're coaching them, you really would have thought you should think a bit about tactics and how to even out, how you use your effort across the full 2,000 metres. But here we get it, confirmation there. You can see Poland, Slovenia and Hungary. And